Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and I am doing a page for my Portland album, which is a 6x8 album, but I have a different page protector here. I have a 6x8, but then it has the flip built in here, so I actually have 4 other slots that I can use here, and I have these photos laying on this side because they're part of the flip. This one I think is going to go here in the bottom, and this one, I think, is going to go up top. That could change as I put things together, but we'll see. That's my original plan. I do have this card picked out. I've had this for a while. This is the other side, by the way, which totally clashes. This side, though, I love that it's just white, gray, and a little black. It works perfectly with what I've got going here for these photos of the Airbnb that we used when we were in Portland. So what that means, though, is that I need 2 more cards. One for the inside of the flip, one for the outside. I think I definitely want some yellow of some type because I've got some peeking out here, and the door of the cottage that we stayed in was yellow. And for the other one, I'm not sure. I have lots of different colors happening, so I really have a good amount of choice here, maybe too much. I think it's one of those cases where as I'm looking through cards, I'll know it when I see it. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But hopefully this one will go pretty quickly since I have so much picked out. So I have to do the 2 other cards. Obviously, I also need some embellishments, and I, as always here, have these at the ready because these are my Portland or Pacific Northwest specific stamps. So there might be something in there that I could use on here. So I kind of just keep them out whenever I'm working on these layouts. And then I also have a bin of ephemera, memorabilia, that kind of stuff that hopefully I can work in here too. In going through my cards that I had in my bin of stuff, I found this one, which is pretty perfect. So I think that's going to go here. I thought before, I think that this was going to go on top, but I kind of like this. Oh, except that then when this is closed, that'll show next to this. I don't know that I like those blues next to each other. And actually the yellows then next to each other. Maybe it is going to have to go like this. I like that better. Okay, so I think those will actually go like that. And I think this one's still here. And then card here, you know what? Yeah, it's going to have to be here because I already have a card in the lower section, so I wouldn't want them next to each other. So whatever I find for up there, it has to be on the top. So going through the rest of my stash of stuff, just my general travel stuff, I found this. And I really like this. I love the color because it's not perfect to this, but it's close, and there's a little bit of that there pinking out too. The only thing that bothers me a little is it makes it look like this is a hotel or motel type thing, and it was actually an Airbnb. But I think in this case, I'm probably not going to care because it's clearly we're staying somewhere away from home. It's got the key on it. I kind of dig it, so I think I'm probably going to use it. It also gives it a little bit of a retro feel, and I have some other things from Simple Stories. It's a whole set of travel related stuff that has a very retro vibe, and it's kind of these colors. So I'm thinking if I use that, maybe I can work in that stuff too. I pulled out those things that I had from Simple Stories that I mentioned that were kind of the right color scheme. I mean, the colors are pretty perfect. However, I kind of forgot how big these were. I mean, look at these. All of the phrases are huge. I don't think any of those are going to fit here. They're really made for more of a full 6x8, 6x12, 12x12 type page. So I don't know that they're going to happen here. Now, there are some little things like this that maybe I could work in there, but all of these are way too large. And then these are the chipboard ones. Is there anything here? Maybe, again, maybe that one. I even think that camera's too big. Yeah, I don't think any of those are going to work. So if I use anything, it's going to be one of these small things here, and that's probably it. When I was looking at the stamps that I have for PDX/PNW, I looked at these and I thought about using the one that says pretty chill for our Airbnb. But then I remembered I have some photos later where we're just spending the evening inside in the house, just doing our sewing projects, watching a movie, hanging out because we had a long day and we just didn't feel like going out. So I think I'm actually going to save this and hopefully use it on that layout. Otherwise, I probably would have used it here. But that means then if I'm not going to use this, I have to go into some other of my embellishments and ephemera to find something that will go here. I pulled out my envelope of ephemera pieces that I have, and I forgot I had put this in there, but I have this flair badge thing here, and it even matches this color. Now, I don't know if it really is a good idea to like put it on here when it's right next to this, because clearly it's the shape of a house. Do I need this on there? I'm not sure, but I like the look of it, and really, where else am I going to use this? So I'm going to hold it, probably use it, but if not, the only other thing I could think of would be to use it for Amsterdam, because all the houses are very tall and narrow like that. But otherwise, I'm thinking this might be the best fit. And then there's some other stuff in here where the color, I can see right away the color would work. I'm just not sure about what it says or the shape or anything. A lot of these are really big too. What is with all of the ephemera stuff being so large lately? It seems like stuff just gets bigger and bigger. Meanwhile, my albums are getting smaller and smaller. So sometimes that's not a great match. Well, when I looked through all of that, I thought about this. I debated. This part didn't work to make it actually look like a clip sort of thing over the photo, but I thought, well, maybe I could cut it off and just use the camera. I could, but I almost would prefer to stamp up here, I think, if I'm going to do something. So I'm choosing not to use that. I'll save it for later or for another album. But since I didn't really find anything in there, I think I have to use this at least for the outside. It gives me something. Now, that doesn't solve the problem of the inside, so to speak, of the layout, because I still need stuff for that and I have nothing, basically. But I'll figure it out. I think what I'll do is I will just pull my more general travel stuff and see if there's anything in there that would fit better than what I've already looked through here. In order to figure out where to put this, I figured I'd better do my journaling first. And originally I thought I was going to stamp something here and then maybe do the flair down here. But the writing took up a little more room than I thought, which is fine. I want the journaling. So that leaves me with really one choice. This is going to have to go up top. I'm actually okay with it. I think it'll look fine there. So I will attach that and then I'll be back. One quick thing I want to note is I have decided to switch these top photos. I had them this way, which is okay, but that's a lot of color next to each other, a lot of black and white next to each other. I think perhaps it would be better to go that way. And then the black and white is more offset. They're diagonal from each other. These colors are diagonal. I like that a lot better. All right, I kind of forgot that I also had these. It's a sticker book that came with those other Simple Stories things, and these are a lot smaller. When I went through here, though, the only thing I really thought I might be able to use, where is it? Is it right here at the start? Yep. Is maybe this, because it's pretty much the right color, and maybe I could do it in here. I have something for here, which I'm happy about. I have these stickers here from Pip Stickers, and both of these suitcases will work. I could either use the blue one here, or I can use the yellow one, and they will fit right in that little spot, which is so incredible. I'm so happy about that. And just in looking at this, I'm thinking yellow, right? Because there's a lot of blue happening already. So maybe a little offset of yellow would be the best idea. I have attached the yellow suitcase sticker there, and I love it. And then as I was trying to figure out what to do with this, I looked over on the side of my desk, and I tend to keep little pieces of labels. When I cut off a bit, I keep the rest and just hope that eventually it'll get used on another layout. I think I'm going to use this one. I don't even know that it needs to be this big. It might actually end up being kind of like that, but it's yellow, brings in more of that tone. I could put it right here and then stamp something on there. I have tons of travel related stamps. Might as well use them. When I went into my stamps, I remembered I have this set, and on here there's a stamp that says Airbnb. So I'm definitely going to use that, put it on here, but that is a big label for just this. So I think what I'm going to do is use that, plus somewhere in here, I can't remember if it was in here or on one of my other sticker sheets. It might have been on those larger ones. I think maybe there was a geotag that was kind of this color, so I could stamp it and then use that. So I'm gonna go on the hunt for that right now. When I went back through my stuff, I could not find a geotag that I swear I thought I saw, but I found this, which I know I saw earlier and said, oh, maybe I'll use that. So I did my stamping, I put that on here, and I'm going to attach it just like that, I think. And I've already put some adhesive on there. So let's see here. Oh, and that lets me cover up that kind of weird glare that I got there. So I can go like this. I do want to leave enough room to put a little staple in there. So I can do that. Right there. Yeah. And then I will just cut off the excess here, and it should be good to go in all the pockets. Okay, everything's in the pockets here, so that's the inside. Now the true test is flip it over and see what I think. So there's the front. You know what? I really like it. I love that these actually ended up being diagonal when it's closed. I did not think of it or plan it, but I like it. So happy accident. And the blues across, the yellows across. I love it. So I don't think this needs anything else. I had originally thought, oh, maybe I would, stamp on here or here. I don't think it needs it. So I think this one is done. Here's another one finished from Portland. Thanks for watching.